Hey guys, today we're going to be breaking down the new beneficial ownership information report that is taking the internet by storm. My goal is to put small business owners' mind at ease, and hopefully you'll leave with way more answers than you came in with questions, okay? Very quickly before we really dive in here, guys, I can help you guys with your BOI filings. The link to book with me will be in the description below. And I will be giving out some amazing discount codes if you hang out with me all the way until the end of the video. All right, let's go. So a couple of disclaimers to keep in mind. This is not legal or tax advice, okay? I am not your professional. I literally just read the FAQs and consolidated some of the information so you didn't have to go out there and research for yourself. The second thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is this video is really geared towards single member or kind of like husband and wife, really small business owners, like under 2 million in revenue a year. Because once you really start to get to those complex organizational structures, that's when a lot of those nuances come into play. And I'm just not covering that in this video. It's not what it's for. Lastly, keep in mind that this is the first year that this report is even being required to file, so the compliance piece is still being updated. All you need to do is just make sure that you file your report as soon as possible, and if you need to make any corrections or amendments, you do that at a later date. I want to go over a few terms I will be using throughout this video. I think it's helpful to clarify what these three things are before I start rattling off a bunch of requirements for each one of them. So those terms are going to be reporting company, beneficial owner, and company applicant. A reporting company is a domestic or foreign entity created or registered with the Secretary of State or similar local office. These are going to be entities like LLCs or corporations. Okay, so a beneficial owner. This is an individual, an actual human being, right? It's someone that exercises substantial control over a company. This is going to be somebody like the CEO, the CFO, a president, someone who can enter into or dissolve contracts. They can elect or impeach members of the board, okay? And they own at least 25% of the company. Super important, 25% ownership. The third term that we're going to be talking about is a company applicant, okay? And it's important to note that company applicants are only applicable to entities created or registered on or after January 1st of 2024. Okay, if your business was created in 2023 and earlier, you don't have to worry about the company applicant piece. Okay, your company applicant is the individual human being who files the articles of organization or a similar document. So why are the reports even required? Well, FinCEN, the government agency overseeing the reports, says it's to weed out the bad actors hiding behind these really complex entity structures that are doing suspicious things like money laundering. In my professional opinion, the purpose of the form is literally just so the government can have a point of contact should they ever have any questions about suspicious activity. So who is required to file these reports? The entity structures that are required to file are corporations, LLCs, PLLCs, PCs, and any other entity structure that is formed at the state or local level. There are 23 business types that are exempt from BOI filings. I'm not going to read all of them because I don't think anybody running these types of companies are following me, but I did just want to make some people aware of them. The more common ones might be a money services business, like somebody that owns ATMs, a securities dealer or broker, an investment advisor, accounting firms, tax-exempt entities, general partnerships, because they're only formed with the IRS and not the state or local government. So now that we know who needs to file, when do you need to file? Companies created during 2023 or before have until December 31st, 2024 to file their initial report. Companies created during January 1st, 24 through December 31st of 24 must file their initial report within 90 days of entity creation or approval. The first round of BOI reports for companies created in 2024 are due on or before March 31st, 2024. Companies created after January 1st of 2025 must file their initial report within 30 days of entity creation or approval. Now let's talk about what information is going to be needed for the different sections of the report. The information required for a reporting company will be the legal business name, including any DBAs or fictitious business names, a U.S. physical address, not a P.O. box, you cannot use P.O. boxes, the state or locality where the business was formed or organized, and a EIN, or if the business is foreign, their native tax ID number. The information that a beneficial owner must report is their full legal name, their date of birth, their U.S. physical address, and they must upload a driver's license or a passport. If it's a foreign beneficial owner, they can upload a passport native to their country. If your business is required to file information regarding a company applicant, then the information that they're going to have to supply for the company applicant is their full legal name, their date of birth, their U.S. physical address, and they are going to be required to upload the driver's license or passport. A couple of miscellaneous pieces of information to keep in mind is there's no fee to file the report, okay? The report can be filed online at boifiling.fincen.gov, and you cannot use P.O. boxes anywhere on the report. They're trying to find you, so use a physical address. So how do we handle updates and corrections to our report? Well, first off, there is no annual filing requirement. After you file, it's a one and done for the most part. But if you need to update or correct information about the reporting company or beneficial owner, you must file an update or correction report within 30 days of the event with FinCEN. And again, this can be done online. Please note that updates about the company applicant are not required after the initial filing, okay? Now, some examples that will require an update to be filed include, but are definitely not limited to, the business name changes, the beneficial owner changes, the beneficial owner's personal information changes, like their name, their address, or if they get a new driver's license or passport, that new document is going to need to be uploaded again. This is our last stop, y'all. We are at the finish line, so let's quickly cover these penalties and let's get wrapped up. The penalty for BOI offenses is $500 per day, up to a $10,000 penalty. Okay, some of these offenses that can warrant this type of penalty includes failing to file your beneficial ownership report altogether, using false information because they're trying to contact the owners, so why would you lie in the first place? Lastly, failing to update or correct previously reported information. Okay, so long as you file the report and update your information as needed, you're fine, nothing to worry about. These big scary numbers have nothing to do with you. As promised, here are a few of the discount codes for some of my products and services. There's a 15% off BOI filings. There's a $2 off my profit and loss calculator. And also, you guys can download my ultimate tax prep checklist for individuals, business owners, and I have a special one for real estate investors. Until next time, bye, tax besties.